Hello everyone, and welcome to our webinar about our postgraduate education courses here at UTS. My name's Susan Ogoro and I'm an Associate Professor in the Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, where our School of Education and International Studies sit. Thanks for joining us today, and I will be going over 3 of our postgraduate education courses, talking about our teaching in secondary education, then about our TESOL and Applied Linguistics programs, and finally, our new learning design courses. Firstly, to talk about the Master of Teaching in Secondary Education, I'm going to hand over to our students to tell you more about it through a video, because they've had some great experience of the course.
The great thing about UTS is that it is a really hands-on and a really practical university, and that's something that I knew when I chose it as a course that I wanted to go into. Teaching is such a practical and such a hands-on career. I felt that I wanted my education to reflect that idea.
I wanted to be a science teacher for a long time now, and the secondary major at UTS allowed me to specialise in chemistry teaching in particular and really sink my teeth into that.
At UTS we take a hands-on approach so that our students learn what to do in the classroom. They learn about how students learn and what sorts of activities will make students better and more efficient and engaged learners.
The fantastic thing about this degree is that science and education are intermingled throughout the 4-year degree, so I get tasters of education subjects and science as I go along.
From the first year in the first semester, students are in a school, they're observing, they're watching how teachers work, they're watching how students learn.
The great thing about the course was that it put you in classrooms straight away to help you put the theories into practice.
We build on that experience over 4 years so that by the end of the 4 years, students are classroom ready.
We got to see what a real classroom was like, how a real teacher operated, and came out the other end having a better understanding of what we were actually here to do. And I'm here in my 4th year, still loving it.
One of the great things about the lectures and the tutors in the UTS program were they did genuinely invest in making sure that we as students were prepared for the workforce that we were going into.
We're applying for our teaching numbers, we're getting ready for our job interviews. They're really setting us up to move beyond university.
At UTS, we're very keen to support students, no matter what their background, no matter what their situation. There will always be a demand for teachers in schools and quality teachers in schools. Research has shown that by 2025, teaching will be one of the top 5 professions in demand. It's a rewarding career and we want people like you in our classrooms.
I hope you found that video interesting and informative, and you'll see we're very proud of our students and the kind of work that they do through their studies to go on to become secondary teachers. When we ask them about why they'd like to become a teacher in secondary schools, we get these kinds of answers. Our students are really keen to spark young people's imagination and curiosity in their particular disciplinary area. That might be you. You might be interested too in nurturing and guiding the emerging generation of global citizens, and just in general about contributing to a better future for young people and for our world. And if you're really interested in a career that's going to be in demand, very much so by 2025, the predictions are there will be great demand for secondary teachers. In terms of the actual master's course program, you would be doing 7 core subjects, which students doing any of the specialisations take. So they're courses in education, educational psychology, those sorts of areas. Then you would also do 3 subjects which are about teaching methods for your particular subjects that you would be teaching. Plus you have an option of 4 elective courses. As well as this, all students complete 2 professional experience teaching blocks, or what we call practicum, of 60 days. So they're in the schools a lot, working with a cooperating teacher, and we have some great relationships with schools throughout Sydney and throughout New South Wales as well. The course can be completed in 2 years of full-time study, and also some students choose to study part-time. Now you'll see when I said that there were 4 electives to take, there's also a little note there that some of these electives may be reduced if you choose to take a double specialisation. Let me talk about those specialisations. So these are the areas that students choose as their teaching specialisation. You'll see English, Mathematics, Science, HSIE, two kinds. HSIE stands for Human Society and its Environment. So there's the Business Studies Economics stream and the Society and Culture stream. And the final specialisation is in EALD, meaning English as an additional language or dialect. So if students choose one specialisation, they also have some electives available, or they can choose to take two of these specialisations. These are the possible combinations. So you see, obviously, some teachers choose to do science and mathematics together, or HSIE and maths. There's many combinations there, depending on your particular preferences. Some of the benefits of coming to us is that we've got a very specialist team of academics. Our academics are ex-teachers themselves who've gone on to do PhDs, research degrees, and continue to research in the area of secondary education. So they're a very specialised team, and particularly in their area, their subject area that they teach in. Students also like to choose it because it allows them to make that decision of whether doing one or two teaching areas. And very popular for all of our students is the opportunity they have to spend at least 60 days in a teaching practicum. It's important that you think about the accreditation that you'll receive, and our course is accredited by NESA, that's the New South Wales Educational Standards Authority, and they give the accreditation for teachers to teach within New South Wales. In terms of admission requirements, to come into the Master of Teaching, you need to have a relevant undergraduate degree, and you need to have studied the subjects that you wish to take in your teaching specialisation. For your first area of teaching specialisation, you must have studied 3 years or 6 units or a major of the area that you wish to teach in. And if you're taking a secondary teaching area, you have to have studied that for at least 2 years in your undergraduate degree. These are also the requirements of NESA so that you're able to be accredited to teach. And best if you have a look at the NESA website, they have very detailed information there about what subjects you need to have studied. For our application process too, we ask you to also submit a personal statement, and that can be found on our website if you look at the UTS Master of Teaching in Secondary Education pages. Okay, so that was one of our areas, secondary education. I'd now like to talk about another area of postgraduate education, which is in the area of TESOL and applied linguistics. TESOL being teaching English to speakers of other languages. UTS has long been a leading provider of postgraduate applied linguistics and TESOL courses, and our academics are world-renowned experts in their field. These courses cater to those people who perhaps want to go into the field of teaching English to adult speakers, or some of our students are also already teaching in that area and want to upgrade their skills and their qualifications to master's level. You'll see there the kind of careers that our graduates take, obviously teaching English as an additional language, but also in the areas of adult literacy and numeracy, in the area of foundation skills, either here in Australia or overseas. And also, some of our graduates of our postgraduate courses are looking towards manager positions within the TESOL sector and other language industries. In terms of the courses and pathways, you'll see there that there's you can come in at a graduate certificate level, a graduate diploma level, and the master's level, and these articulate into each other. So the graduate certificate combines 4 subjects. The graduate diploma includes the 4 subjects from the certificate plus another 4 postgraduate subjects. And the master's includes 8 subjects at diploma level plus a further 4 postgraduate subjects. There's also an extension option, which includes a further 4 subjects in postgraduate study. As I mentioned before, there's a range of areas you could end up working in, and these are the kinds of fields that our graduates go into. For some of them, they are working as a teacher of English as an additional language or dialect in primary or secondary schools. But please note, you need to have that authority to teach in secondary schools already from NESA. Many go on to work in the ELICOS industry. That's the English language intensive courses for overseas students. That's here in Australia. So working full-time, working with international students who've come to study English full-time here in Australia. As I mentioned, adult literacy area in the vocational education and training sector, so perhaps in the TAFE sector. There's also the adult migrant programs. Then there's skilled education and employment programs, the academic purposes, and of course, many of them also go overseas to work as English teachers all over the world. The study mode for this course, depending on which subjects, some of them are conducted week by week classes. Some of them are in block mode, meaning they're intensive, coming in for intensive blocks rather than 2 to 3 hours once a week. There's also blended delivery where some of the course is delivered online, and some of it is students study on their own, and then there may be some face-to-face components. In terms of the entry requirements for the master's level or for the graduate certificate or diploma, again, we need an undergraduate degree, and we're also able to look at whether we can give you some credit recognition for previous university teaching qualifications you may have done, or if you've had more than 2 years experience already as an English as a second language teacher or a teacher of a language other than English. If you've done one of the Cambridge English certificate courses or diplomas, so the CELTA or the Delta, we can look at that to see if we can give you some credit recognition. And also perhaps if you've already completed equivalent subjects at another university or as part of another qualification, we can look at that to see if we can give you credit recognition towards your studies with us. It's always nice to hear what our students think, and you'll see here's 2 quotes from one of our students, and we're very proud of what they say, and we always want to get student feedback. You'll see there this student Irma talked about enjoying the variety of subjects she had available and that combination of theory and practice that the academics are able to incorporate in the classes. Our assessments are very much, we aim to be very real world, and as you see her quote there, talks about she was able to bring her own knowledge and experience of teaching, but also to take away some new and innovative ideas for her own practice. The second quote there, you'll see that our students tell us we are a good place to study applied linguistics and TESOL, and the fact the variety of subjects, the flexible delivery modes, the contemporary topics, and the supportive staff. So I hope you will consider our course if you're interested in the field of applied linguistics or TESOL. The third area I'd like to talk about in our postgraduate education courses is the Graduate Certificate in Learning Design. This is a new and exciting area, and people are coming into this field because looking at the area of learning design means including learning analytics and the emerging trends in learning and ethical issues. It's very much research-informed design and looking at applying this research that we know about learning design into practice. Students come into this course because they like working with local and international educators and really looking at those challenges that come up when we want to design learning programs. For some of our students, they are already working in this field, and others have perhaps digital learning skills, other technologies, and are coming into the field of learning design from another area. In terms of the course structure, students in this certificate do 8 3-credit point subjects, and you'll see they're listed there, the 8 of them. And I won't read out all of them, but I love the summary there. We talk about getting you to think, design, critique, analyse, crunch, predict, create, and work. These are all delivered in blended block mode, so they can be studied either full-time or part-time. The kinds of careers that graduates in learning design go on to do, obviously being a learning designer, an instructional designer, working as an education developer. Many are working in academic fields, the higher education sector, or in learning engineering as well. The admission requirements for this course, like our other postgraduate degrees, you have to have a recognised bachelor or undergraduate degree, or if you have equivalent other types of higher education qualifications or other professional qualifications, we can look at those as well. Students who do take on the Learning Design Graduate Certificate are also then, if some of them want to go on further to do a Masters of Teaching, they can get recognition for this certificate towards that Masters of Teaching so that they can also gain secondary teaching qualification. And as for all of our courses, we will always look at prior learning you've done at other UTS courses, and we can look at that on a case-by-case basis. I hope you found this informative. Perhaps you've got some questions. You can see there the ways to contact us. I hope you'll think about our courses. It would be great to see you next year at UTS. And if you'd just like to stay on now, we will be having a Q&A session if you'd like to pose some specific questions. Thanks a lot.